Good evening.
Good evening.
So,
What?
yeah, it's very positive.
Positively am.
Okay. In a wibbly wobbly turn of timey-wimey events, this video has been recorded before the last video that you watched for reasons that you will already know because I will have told you in the last. It doesn't matter. Right. We have spoken before about when Doctor Who does a special. There's a lot of weight on that special, okay? Because Doctor Who episodes vary in quality, and that is part of the joy of the programme, quite frankly. For a programme with such variety, you expect a different level of high quality for each one. And therefore, when you get a special, it's magnified. But that's not what we're doing here, is it? We're just watching the story of this weird alien travelling around. So it doesn't matter whether this is a one-off episode. It just so happens that it's Christmas. Happy Christmas!
Happy Christmas, weirdo.
But it doesn't matter. So we can just enjoy this for what it is, which is an hour of Doctor Who. And it's an hour of Doctor Who that I'm pretty sure I've only ever seen once, quite frankly.
I can't remember seeing this one ever.
And I have a vague sense that I was quite drunk when it was on.
Really?
Yeah, I think we were at your parents' house. So you don't... Anyway. Right. I absolutely loved this episode of Doctor Who. In no way can I ever turn around and say this is the greatest episode of Doctor Who ever made. I'm not even sure I'm going to say it's a very good episode of Doctor Who, because I can see where this falls down. I can see that it feels a bit flimsy in terms of plot and stuff like this. But I don't care. There's so much to enjoy here. I think... And this is my theme, isn't it? Murray Gold is at the pinnacle of his work here. And in this opening moments of this, what did we have? We had I'm sure we have a Star Wars reference in the music as the first moment. And then at the end of that brilliant cold open, we have a James Bond. I'm absolutely convinced they're deliberate in there. I'll go into my research, but my gosh, that made me giggle. And that made me super happy. And then we get what is just essentially very sweet, and I know that many people don't do Doctor Who because it can be sweet. We want our hard sci-fi and this, that, and the other, and that's perfectly cool. I'm not being funny there, but Doctor Who can be sweet. And I'll level with you, one of the greatest Doctors to be sweet is Matt Smith, who is just... It's just the most joyous of Doctors. When we have that sequence where he set up the house. And what does he keep saying? He keeps saying, I know. Oh, man. How joyous is that? And at the background of that, we've got the sadness. I can't remember the name of the actress. Was it Claire something?
Skinner.
I think she was she a big deal at all? What she'd been in? She must have been in something.
She was in that programme with the children.
Which programme with the children?
You know, the children that grow up.
Most of them do, hopefully.
Children. Oh, don't. The man...
Would you look it up for us?
It'll come to me.
Okay. So I think that what you get here is that sort of lovely combination of bitter and sweet and this, that and the other. It evokes, obviously, C.S. Lewis. I mean, it goes... Outnumbered. Oh, my goodness, yes, of course she is. Oh, how wonderful. Outnumbered, fantastic sitcom back in the day. Oh, yeah, of course. How weird. But it's got all the trappings, lovely 1940s trappings. Doctor Who does that era particularly well in the modern era, I think. Yeah, probably overly frequently, I think it's fair to say.
It's like we never had anything else significant that's happened apart from...
Well, I've said a million times that I think that one of the things that holds British society, culture back, is that we are continually in thrall with your Tudors and your Stuarts, your Victorian era, and your Second World War, First and Second World War, to be fair. And it's almost as if, you know, the 1600s never existed and the 17... You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. But anyway, that is, that is a wider point. But I really felt that this episode did so many things beautifully. We had some fantastic cameos. It was lovely to see Bill Bailey in what was a very brief but enjoyable... Is it Arabella Weir? I've always loved Arabella Weir. I think she's absolutely superb. And Alexander Armstrong, who's got to be the oldest World War II pilot there has ever been. But that's fine. Because ultimately, in what is a slight, and this is perhaps why I don't think this is a particular. I've not looked at the story's ratings for ages, but doesn't matter really, does it? Because I suspect this was seen by fandom to be not one of his strongest episodes by any stretch of imagination, but it's a Moffat episode.
I thought it had Moffat on it.
Well, I think it was lovely. Androzani reference for the lols. I just thought, in actual fact, taken out of context, watched on Christmas Day when you're not a mad, rabid Doctor Who fan, this was a fairly joyous thing.
Which Christmas Day would that be?
2011.
Oh, when you're not a mad, rabid
sorry.
Doctor Who fan.
Okay, should you be born free of this?
Person.
Yeah. Then, of course, and I haven't spoken about this with Blood Time Wine yet, we get a lovely resolution that I think, probably at the Christmas when I watched it, was lost on me, which is going back and finally fessing up to Amy and Rory, who know he's alive and are just waiting for him to rock up. And then you get this thread running all the way through about happy tears, crying when you're happy, which, of course, the Doctor does at the end. My gosh, I mean, you can only be as stupid as me to have not absorbed that the first time around. Because
Did you cry happy tears, Daddy?
I cry at every Doctor Who story. I flipping cry at Warriors of the Deep for different reasons. There should have been another way. But I just think, honestly, after sort of intensity of the last season, after the sense that he's got the universe to forget about him because he's dead, and I still don't know what that means in the context of the story of the Doctor. But let's take it on a symbolic level. It's almost like he can be a bit quieter now and just sort of like, jump out of the sky and land in a spacesuit the wrong way around and this, that and the other, and get involved in the lives of this little family, doing their nice things, which of course expands itself out, but whatever, that's how the life of the Doctor goes. I actually thought this is a very pleasant, very lovely Doctor Who story to watch on a Monday evening with my family, eating the kick-ass tea that I'd made for them. So, what more can you ask for than that? Matt Smith, I saw moments of Troughton here. I saw moments of McCoy here. And I genuinely feel that whether through intent or design, Matt Smith at this point, this Doctor, let's talk about this Doctor, let's not talk about Matt Smith, let's talk about this fictional character, who's all too real to me, of course. But this Doctor is almost a distillation of some of my favourite things of all the Doctors. I really feel that this is a very significant version of the Doctor in terms of the Doctor's life. And I don't quite know what that means, but I feel that that's important. What more can I say? It was fantastic. And this story doesn't go in the upper echelons of Doctor Who stories, of course not. But it was a bloody good Doctor Who story. Anything else?
Well, I'm assuming you haven't asked my opinion because you don't want it.
No, I do. You don't like it, do you?
For me,
Yeah.
have you got time for this?
Yeah.
The episode ended when the dad died because I knew that either they were going to save the dad somehow, in which case it'd be mawkish, sentimental, starry-eyed,
All the stuff I like.
sloshy gush
Yeah.
that you like.
All the twee nonsense.
Yeah. Or
Bleak.
they wouldn't. and I
In
could not
the
cope
bleak
with that. Like killing off the
midwinter.
dad, who was clearly so loved,
Yeah.
and then having not bring back, and the way she hadn't told the kids was just heartbreaking. So I couldn't cope with knowing that the ending wasn't going to satisfy
So
me.
the ending was either going to be too mawkish for you or too bleak for you, and you knew that from the start.
And I knew that from the start.
Fair.
But
Fair
I
comment.
loved the trees.
The trees are awesome, aren't they?
You know I love a tree.
Yeah. That's a fair comment. That's a fair comment. We will accept that there is a different opinion. Anyway.
That's right.